deserve to have your heart broken. Mine is fractured. You try to fix it with glue. What I really need is you. But you're not around. You can't be found. I know about you and how you love the things you do, but I love people and I love you. I know.
And we transition.
Are you sure?
I mean,
Computer says we did.
computer says we did. It looks like we did. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that we
Did the
did.
music stop?
The music does not stop, but
It transitions
it transitions.
like lenses.
Yes. It doesn't. It stops, but it stops for them, but it continues to play in the background because it's not pulling from the same audio source anymore,
No,
so
yeah.
it doesn't matter. The intricacies. Hi, welcome to Clinically Inane. I'm Curtis. That's Boyd. We're a nerdy podcast out of Seattle, where we talk about what movie reviews, whatever catches our fancy this week.
Mostly.
This week, what caught my fancy is the fact that we are currently streaming on 3 different platforms.
Maybe 4 in the future.
Maybe 4. Maybe.
Maybe 6.
There, with that application, there's a possibility of streaming on up to 30 platforms. I don't know why.
I want to do it.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Is there's a couple different platforms and people have different...
I'm like, what 30 platforms are you on?
I know, right? People have different platforms and there are different things that some people like one over the other. Some people prefer YouTube. Some people prefer Twitch. So we're streaming on both currently. And
Bookface.
we are not streaming on the Book of Faces.
But that's coming, maybe. Possibly.
Possibly.
It is a valid streaming format that some people do like.
It's true. But I'm hesitant to
You're resident to get there.
get there.
Are you hesitant because you're not a resident anymore?
Correct. I am hesitant because I am not a resident.
Yeah.
But we're also streaming on Mixer.
Yeah.
Now,
Which is the up and coming.
Which is the up and coming one it's a Microsoft product.
I'm trying to get like 30. Like, does that include like some Bulgarian app or?
I don't know, dude. I think there's some on there that are like super high end private Twitch, blah blah, their private streaming channel, blah blah blah, or they're very like specific channels.
Or can you stream to multiple channels on the same platform?
Well, YouTube you can do
So maybe that's
regular one and YouTube events, so that's 2. But
you can't do to like 2 YouTube accounts.
No.
Okay,
No. Well, I mean, I guess you could,
that might be a way. I mean, like
but no. But there's 30 options.
30 different platforms.
Correct.
Okay, not 30 streams. No.
Correct.
How many? Is there 30 streams?
I mean, I'm assuming it'll go on to as many streams as you
Okay.
want. But all of this to say that if you prefer Twitch, Mixer, or YouTube, of those 3 right now, you can find us on all of them as Clinically Inane and follow on whatever channel you so choose.
Which ones are we chatting on?
I don't know.
It might just be Twitch at this point.
It might just be Twitch at this point. I don't know entirely where the chat falls from. It's showing. If I read it correctly, it should be an amalgam chat, but I cannot promise that.
Yeah.
Don't know.
So you're either chatting on Twitch or all of them, or maybe part of them.
I don't know.
None of them.
Let me go over and look and see. Okay, so we'll see if we right now people are only watching on Twitch. So
Okay, so see if anyone shows up on
if
another.
anyone shows up on,
If no one shows up on the channels, is it really worth streaming to?
yeah, absolutely.
If a streamer streams in the woods and no one is watching,
Well, the other ones are to like we didn't tell anyone that we were doing it.
that's fair.
The reason I'm doing it is to see if we can. It would also save me having to upload it to YouTube if it just saves it there automatically.
That's valid.
Yeah. that would be great.
Yeah.
But that means it also means that YouTube would just automatically have it too, as it goes.
If a streamer streams in the woods and no one is watching, they really get hit by a tree.
Sure. I like how you're trying to make it work.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't thought through as I said it. That's normal.
But that's pretty standard
yeah.
for you. So we're kind of used to it at this point.
I just talk, I don't think.
Yeah.
We made this far in the podcast on that theory. That's why I do closing announcements at work. I know sometimes I know where I need to get there. How I get there is the interesting part.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And if you do stay here, you will be given jobs to do and not paid.
The other option is, hey, it's 5 minutes to closing. Just so you're aware, at 6 o'clock, all customers become valid game.
Have you used that one?
Yes.
Did you get a response to it?
See, I'm allowed certain leeway. The more customers there are in the store, the more appropriate I have to be with the announcement. So if it's only staff in the store, and we know it's only staff, I get away with a lot more of my announcements.
That's unfortunate.
It is.
I would like to. I would like to see that when there's I want to see that on one of your days where there's a lot of people in the warehouse.
One of my standard ones is it's almost 6 o'clock. It's that magic hour where we turn off the lights and double the prices.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one you can say with people
Yes.
around. Yeah, I don't. We don't have that kind of thing at my work. We just leave.
You should start it.
Yeah, we just go. Okay, I'm done, and then we leave.
Yours is not quite so customer facing.
That's true. That's very true. Well, all of my customers are internal. It's true.
That sounds like really bad stomach cramps.
Sometimes, depending on the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But also in other news, this should be the last time that people see
This room?
in the stream.
Probably.
Like that's the way. Like by next week, we should be set up in
The dungeon.
the dungeon in a completely different room, and hopefully, I'll have done at least a little bit of decoration. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how quickly I can do it. I'm pretty quick at it
Yeah.
if I need to be. I also don't have like any responsibilities this week. I don't think. Sans work.
We don't. Yeah. Halloween.
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. With the exception of Halloween. Well, I guess we're going to see a movie next Friday. But
Wait, are you watching? What are you doing for Halloween?
I'm going over to Ashley.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not going to sit at home and watch Critical Role?
No, I'm not going to sit at home and watch Critical Role on Thursday.
Okay.
I will be missing it on Halloween this week. I will. I mean, I like trick or treaters.
We might get 3 this year at our house if we stayed.
Yeah, which are our little next door neighbors.
Yes.
Yeah. I like trick or treaters a lot.
Yeah.
I've always liked giving out candy for Halloween. Mm-hmm. It's fun. I like seeing costumes too.
Yeah.
I really like costumes. I think that's a big part of it. Is I really like costumes.
That makes sense.
So assuming that we have, so Tom and Ashley at their new house, we our former roommate Ashley and her fiance Tom, they did ask around.
Yeah.
In their neighborhood, and apparently they do get trick or treaters.
I'm not surprised. The number of kids I've seen going up and down that street, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Oh well, and it's like the perfect. It's not house every 10 feet suburbs, but it's not far enough. Like it's spread out enough that you could get some good trick or treating in there.
It's decently spread out. It's fairly flat.
Yeah.
They're not on the main street.
They're not on a main road.
And there's wide areas on the sides of the roads.
Easy to walk. Yeah. So I'm going over there on Thursday to do trick or treater stuff.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna watch football and give out candy to trick or treaters.
See, I grew up in car trick or treating country,
Yeah.
where in our neighborhood, as we got more houses when I was older, you'd just get a line of cars going the street because you had the parents in the car following the kids. The kids are going door to door.
Yeah.
Also, because it's Eastern Washington, it's freaking cold.
Yeah.
But when we was even less populated, what you do is people get in their car, we go trick or treating. You go to the house, kids run up and go trick or treating, come back to the car. You go drive to the next house.
Yeah.
When it's a quarter mile between houses or more, it makes sense.
Yeah, totally. When I was a kid, so you've been to my parents' house.
Yes.
It's not exactly trick-or-treater friendly out there.
No, it's a long driveway it's long driveways.
It's long driveways. The houses are, quarter mile apart,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Just like that.
Yeah.
Except we didn't drive from house to house. What we did was we were relatively close to neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And I had a number of friends where we would just be like, well, we're gonna go with them this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're gonna go meet up with them, and we would show up to whatever neighborhood that they were in, whether it was the neighborhood they actually lived in or
had the best candy.
The one that had the best candy, the rich neighborhoods. And we would go trick-or-treating around said neighborhoods and with them and have a good old time. But so we didn't and as I got older and stopped going trick-or-treating, I was always kind of bummed that we didn't get trick-or-treaters at our house.
Yeah.
Like, I know my mom was always bummed about it. She loved Halloween when we lived in the suburbs in Spokane.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so she was always really bummed that, like, she was like, well, there's no fucking point in like decorating the house or decorating or getting dressed up or doing anything or getting candy. We're not going to get trick-or-treaters.
Well, by the time I got in middle school, we were getting trick-or-treaters on a regular basis. And so my parents would take my little brother out.
Yeah.
I'd stay at home and man the fort.
Yeah.
So my teenage years of it were I stayed at home. I handled trick-or-treaters. I watched Rocky Horror Picture Show on VH1.
Yeah.
And the deal was I got loaded for candy then.
Yeah.
That's how I got my candy.
Excuse me. I'm a little bit coffee again.
But you already had your coffee.
I know. But they what I ended up doing was when I was able to drive, so as soon as I turned 16,
Yeah.
I'd start going to my friends' houses for Halloween, and we'd watch movies.
Yeah.
And we'd watch bad horror movies,
Like you do.
Yeah. And or like, Nightmare Before Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'd watch something like that and wait for and like it'd be in a neighborhood where trick-or-treaters would regularly show
Yep.
up. So like I do remember one year we duct taped one of my friends to a chair.
Are they still there?
No, she is not still there. We duct taped her to an office chair. And we tied the candy bowl in her hands. And so every time trick-or-treaters came up, we just rolled her to the door
I like it.
so that they could and they'd be like, and she just like, she wasn't dressed up or anything. She was just a girl duct taped to a chair.
Teenager.
Yeah. It was fun shit like that. And,
Yeah.
I always liked seeing costumes. I've always loved seeing costumes. So whether it's like a shitty store-bought costume or something really intricately homemade or something
Or shitty homemade.
slapdash put together. I know I had a couple of those.
I was a California raisin one year.
Yeah.
It was a black garbage bag stuffed with newspaper.
I was at least 2 years, I was an undead football player.
Because you already had the football gear?
I literally wore my football gear and I put fake blood on my face.
Yeah.
And so you would literally see, actually it was a very popular one amongst Pee Wee football players. You would regularly see people, guys come like to practice with they'd like have fake blood spots on their jerseys.
Yeah, it just adds to it.
Because it's just on our practice jersey. We didn't do it on our game jersey.
Um,
They didn't let us have our game jerseys until day of.
That's probably a good choice.
Probably for the best safe bet. But
Also guarantees because they're going to show up with their game jersey.
yeah, exactly. That was the other thing. But also that kept us from getting blood and shit, like fake blood and shit like that on it. But no, I've always liked Halloween, so I'm looking forward to getting to
Properly do it this
properly do it, because I like when I lived in apartment complexes, despite the fact that even if they're young family apartment complexes, people don't trick or treat in the complex unless it's your absolutely only option. And where my old apartment was, there were fucking neighborhoods all over the place. So
My old apartment, they did. It
Yeah.
was mostly just the first floor apartment.
yeah, your third floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you were like an only option.
Yeah, because there's that. There's 7-Eleven in the weed shop.
Yeah.
We're trying to trick or treat at the cars at the stoplight on the highway.
Yeah. Whereas mine, there's a ton of fucking neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Within a 5 to 10 minute drive around the area, and like nice neighborhoods where you could
Clean
easily go trick or treating. And so why would they trick or treat at like I got a candy bowl for my first year there, and then never again after that.
I mean, we're only like the thing is we're only like 2 blocks away from major trick or treating.
I know that's what kills me.
You know why, Eddie? Though
Because we're on the side of the hill, and the main drag gets all
the main drag's flat,
the main drag's flat. Yeah,
has good walking areas.
there's lots of good walking areas. It has good sidewalks, and it has a center walkway.
The road to us is a hill with no walking areas.
Yeah, with no walking area, and yeah, it's just a giant hill around us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't get trick or treaters here
I mean, there's probably teenagers a block below our house.
at the graveyard.
Yeah.
Probably, but yeah, it's
Because that is, sorry, the history of that graveyard fascinates me so much.
I know we've talked about it a number of times, but they, yeah. So I'm just looking forward to going and actually like dressing. I'm gonna like wear my costume and shit like that.
You're shaving for your costume.
Maybe. It depends on if I can get everything together.
All right. Are you going? Yeah. Like I said, being really mean, it'd be a shame if your shaving equipment disappeared after you.
What's that?
It'd be a shame if your shaving equipment disappeared after you shaved down to your weird option.
Oh, I'm just gonna let it grow out from.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. I'm not gonna shave it clean afterward.
That's even better.
Well, here's the thing: is if I do it today, I have Halloween on Thursday.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would I like? It's a week.
True. Might as well just live with it after
I
that.
might as well just live with it because my beard hair grows quick enough that
Yeah.
a week after that, if I just do a trim, it'll all be back to the same state.
And there's only really one beard choice, one mustache choice that you really don't want to walk around life with.
Yeah,
And if you're doing that one, we have other questions
I'll
for
just
you.
look stupid at work for a week.
So about like normal.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. I don't have any big meetings or anything
It'll
this
just
week.
be time. It'll be in your appearance, not your work.
Like legitimately, I don't have any big meetings this week.
That's good.
But we do have a like on Halloween. We do have a like bring your costume in like Halloween potluck thing, which reminds me I need to make something for that.
Actually, I was thinking like I know your industry well enough that you could have like a surprise meeting pop up, and you show up to the meeting with your weird facial hair, and some of the other team's going to intentionally have that same facial hair.
Yes, 100%. That is completely possible. That is 100% possible. It depends. I mean, if it's a meeting with field guys, especially.
Yeah.
I'm in the construction industry, so
Or some of the old principals.
no. All the old principals are clean shaven.
Oh, I was thinking like ones who come up through field, like the guy who started the business type thing.
No, he's completely clean shaven.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the guy who started the business is super dead.
Well, I was thinking like other ones.
Yes, but
There's not other ones where the principals or the founders are weird facial hair guys.
no. We also don't. Well, we don't have like we don't have an ownership group.
Oh, I was thinking maybe with an outside company.
Oh, meeting with an outside company.
Yeah.
I don't meet a lot with outside people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's also a field where you're in an industry where people could have that facial hair.
Yeah, no, 100%. You were absolutely right. I actually know some people who do.
Yeah.
But if there's a chance that it will go out to, but there's a chance that like one of the field guys from like our foreman or superintendent will come to a meeting and they could have the same facial hair. It's completely possible.
Yeah.
It's completely dependent on if I can find costume pieces today.
Yeah.
Like I haven't decided. Like, and so
Undead football player.
yeah, that's it. Nailed it.
Still in Pee Wee gear.
Still in my Pee Wee gear. Just all scrunched up. That would be fucking awful.
Undead Hulk plays football.
No, like there's a possibility. Like the big problem is, I'll just say it because we're not gonna. It's not like it's a surprise or anything like that.
Some big secret.
I'm trying to see if I can go like Western cowboy type thing.
As opposed to Eastern cowboy? Like
Yes.
urban cowboy?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of the stuff that I could do urban cowboy.
Yeah.
That's actually a real easy look for me. But here's the thing.
You're thinking Old Westy.
Old West, yeah. Here's the thing about that is I used to have a really nice holster that I got from Ravenwood Leather.
Yeah.
And
Can't find it anywhere.
I can't find it anywhere. It's not at my parents' house.
You'll probably find it on Saturday.
Next Saturday, yeah. When I'm not doing anything. And
on the first.
On the first, yeah. And the thing about that is that it's... I think it was connected to my belt when my car was stolen.
Oh, shitty.
So I think it's...
Or you're going to get back from Halloween stuff on Halloween and the Colonel's going to be laying on it.
Yeah. Be like, what the fuck, man? And it was a good fucking...
Yeah,
it's a thigh holster, leather thigh holster that I could work real well for a fucking Western outfit.
Yeah.
And then I could just... I have enough stuff. I don't have to buy pants. I don't have to buy a shirt. I could wear one of my mini button-ups that I have. And you should look at my vests and see if I still have the one that could be Old Western-y.
Yeah.
I have a hat.
Yeah.
Granted, the hat's not the best color for it. My hat's more of a military green.
Yeah, it's not a bad color.
Not a bad color.
It is a valid color choice for the time period still.
It's true, it is.
It's not like it's pink or like light blue or...
No. It's also not a cowboy hat, technically. It's a Australian fedora.
Yeah, close enough.
But
no one's going to call you on that shit, probably.
no, probably not. But it's for the record, it's like my outdoor hat, or like for if I go camping or fishing or something like that.
Yeah.
But so if I had the holster, like literally all I would need is maybe the vest and maybe
a fake gun,
a jacket and a fake gun.
Yeah.
And I'd be good to go.
And a badge.
I wish it was easier to find belts that had a slot for belt buckles without having to order them.
Oh, like the clip style?
Like an open, oh fuck, I might have to go to Spencer's.
You're looking to get just a basic belt where you can clip on a belt buckle.
Correct.
Pennies, actually.
JCPenney?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go check. I'll go check that. That'll be my check today. Because here's the thing, is I have my grandpa's old Western, Yakima rodeo belt buckle. I have one of them. My mom was like, do you want... when I texted her to ask if the holster was at the house, she's like, do you want your grandpa's old belt buckle? It says his name on it. And I was like, I have the one that's not platinum paint plated.
Yeah.
They have the really nice one. I have the good one. It's like, I'll hold on to that one. You guys can hold on to the really nice one.
And I'll get when you die.
Or I was like, well, just hold on to that for now.
Shadow box it.
Technically it is mine.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean, I have things I was inherited that are at my parents' house.
Yeah. That's just I told them, I was like, leave it in the safe.
Yeah. I have things I inherited that are on display at my parents' house too.
Yeah.
I don't need it here.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, I'll take the one. I can hold on to the one that's not the super nice one. Also, the one that they have is this fucking big.
It's a true
rodeo belt buckle. It's 3 by 4 inches.
That's a good guy.
It's huge. The one that I have is 2 by 3. It's a standard belt buckle.
Also, I realize there's a bit of a problem with this hand gesture that I've been doing.
Oh, it goes out towards the camera?
But misses the camera, so it's just...
But so the facial hair thing I was gonna do is to go down and take off the chin. Yeah, just have the mustache and the chops.
The
Lemmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Do it. Keep it permanently. New Tinder profile.
Tinder profile. Yeah, perfect. That'll definitely work. No.
All right. How well has your current options worked?
What, like, for...
You had so many crazies over Tinder. Maybe switching up a little.
I'm seeing someone right now who's has not
demonstrated craziness yet.
Craziness towards any
That's fair.
fashion. And I told her about the idea, and she was just like, "No."
Okay. I'm just thinking, like, maybe that's the change your Tinder needed.
No, I told her about my idea, and she was just like, "No, don't. I mean, it's your body, your choice, but no." And I was like, "Whatever. You're in Hawaii for a week and a half."
Yeah. It'll be back by the time she gets.
And she's in Hawaii for a week, but still,
Yeah.
it'll be mostly back by the time she gets back.
Or just you might find you love it and keep it.
Yep, that's it. I've done just the long mustache
Yep.
before. I did that for Movember a few years ago at work.
Mm-hmm.
I looked real dumb.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the strongest, like the mustache is not the strongest part of it, and it doesn't connect super well right here. And so, but if I can keep this part here, and I'll just clean up, I'll just shave out the chin and like underneath. I need to shave this anyway, so I'll just get the chin too.
It's been almost 20 years since I shaved my chin.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen you without.
You haven't.
At least, like the closest thing I've seen is Boyd had a. There's a couple of years where Boyd had a close cropped goatee.
Yeah. But it's always been a little bit of hair right there.
Yeah, I have seen his cheeks.
They do exist.
They do exist.
You've also seen me when I've had the Lincoln, the chin strap.
Yes, I have.
So you've seen everything but my chin.
I've seen everything but your chin.
Everything but the scar on the chin.
Yeah, exactly. Do you actually have a scar on your
Yes,
chin?
I do.
Oh, okay, good to know. My dad has the Kirk Douglas dimple, like the giant dimple.
Yeah.
And you would never fucking know.
No. July 3rd, 2002.
Yeah, that was a solid 3.5 years before we met.
Yeah. I went over the handlebars. My little brother had like a cheap stunt bike thing, and I was playing on it. And I hit a pothole. And went over the handlebars.
July 3rd, 2002. You would have been in junior college?
I graduated in 2002.
So it would have been right after you graduated. Yeah.
I bounced off my chin,
And hands?
hands, and my knee on country road. Like paved country road. You know the style.
Yeah, I do. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
So I got a couple stitches right in my chin. And like I had to keep it covered, so I couldn't shave either.
Yeah.
So it just grew out. And it's not gone away.
It's just stayed ever since.
But yeah, there's still scar there. I can still feel it. There's a little bit of gap in the hair if it's ever really short.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah,
Yeah, because you're also supposed to keep it like out of the sun, so because like it scars less if it's not out of the sun. So I had a Band-Aid on it and stuff, and then eventually just hair over it.
Yeah. No, totally.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
and I know anyone who knows what a country road is at home just cringed also.
Dude, that like it hurts, man. It hurts in your soul.
Just palms right there and there.
I've done that. I've done the palms on the country road. It's
Oh, I also chipped 3 teeth,
nice.
so I was bleeding in my mouth as well because I managed to bite up part of, like bit my tongue and.
Ugh. Like honestly, literally all of that just made me just. Yeah.
So my mother walked in and I'm just in the kitchen bleeding from multiple spots. Over the sink, just
looked at her. Mother, he has risen. Like his blood out of your hands. Stigmata.
out of my mouth.
The Lord saith, I am the new Savior.
I know the exact date because my mother was looking at for me because we were going to Chelan for 4th of July.
And she was just like, fuck, now we have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, now include the hospital, then Chelan.
How was your Chelan trip? You sat around a lot?
No, I don't think so. Not really.
I don't imagine you dove in the water a whole lot with stitches.
Not that soon.
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
I gave a couple weeks before I was swimming.
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
Unfortunately, it's my chin. I can always swim with my head above the water.
It's true.
And it was Chelan. You sit around a lot, period.
It's true. Yeah.
No one's up there to run a quarter marathon or anything.
Again, for some reason, I always think of it. I watched it again recently. There's an episode of Frasier in, I believe, season 1, where he takes his dad to the doctor because his dad's skipping his doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
And they're waiting for the doctor, and like it's been a while, and Frasier goes up to ask the receptionist, like, hey, where is he? Like, it's been a while. He's like, oh, he's stuck in traffic on his way back from Lake Chelan. And that's when I was like, not from Washington. It's a lie. And Frasier goes, who goes to Lake Chelan on a day like today? And I was like, yeah, they're not from here. Like, despite the fact that Frasier supposedly grew up in Seattle.
Chelan.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, you don't get... No one comes back from Chelan on a work day.
Yeah, no one does.
Like, Chelan. Yeah. I have to... Chelan, not Chelan.
Yeah.
Chelan to Seattle's 4 hours with no traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's 180 miles from Wenatchee to Seattle.
Yeah.
3 hours, no traffic.
Yeah.
Chelan to Wenatchee is another
hour.
40 minutes to an hour, depending
Yeah.
on where you're going exactly. Yeah.
And then it turns out the real reason the doctor's late is because he flipped his car and died.
That is possible from Chelan to Wenatchee.
It is.
Or from Chelan to Wenatchee or Chelan to Seattle.
Yeah, totally possible. But I just that was one thing that stuck in my brain. I was like, oh yeah, they're from Seattle. Like it's that was it's those little.
Is there an episode about Frasier going down to the fair in Puyallup?
Puyallup? No, there is not. But it's those little things that you notice. It's just like
His vacation to Sequim?
Sequium. No, they're going to Pendorial. For reference, all of those things are pronounced Puyallup, Squim, and Ponderay.
Ponderay's the odd one out in that group, too.
Yeah, it's because it's the only one that's not an Indian nation.
It's a French word.
It is French.
Yes.
There's one town in Ponderay County that I guarantee you it would be very difficult to pronounce incorrectly. Some people still could.
What town are you thinking of?
Usk.
Usk.
It's probably how it was pronounced. But it's, USK. It's a real town. For a long time, the Usk Bar and Grill was amazing. And it's gone through a number of ownership changes over the years, and I don't know if it's still open, but it used to be really fucking good.
I mean, there are some towns in Washington with easier to pronounce names. Vader. Cement.
Yeah.
Electric City.
Cement. Concrete.
Or concrete.
Yeah, concrete.
Electric City.
Yeah. George.
Depression.
That's right.
Despair.
Yeah.
Mutiny Bay.
Yep. All these are real.
What are other easy ones? I'm sure there's other easier ones to pronounce. Kent.
Yeah. Maple Valley is kind of
True.
I've seen people mispronounce Enumclaw. Black Diamond is pretty easy to get correct.
Leavenworth.
Yakima. Yakima is constantly mispronounced. Yakima is one I hear a lot.
Waterville.
Waterville. So as much as this is interesting to people hearing cities in Washington State, anyway, fucking gonna try and do a cowboy costume.
That was the deviation.
Yeah. See if I can put it together today.
Also, Fraser's apartment is in the middle of Lake Union.
Yeah, we figured that out. Yeah. In order to get the view of the Space Needle that he has, you have to be in the middle of Lake Union.
Yep.
It's impossible. Actually, I think somebody figured out that it's actually stitched It's
Like, it doesn't even fit.
It's not even possible for the skyline of Seattle.
So Fraser lives in an interdimensional apartment.
Yeah, yeah. He lives in an
I mean, what's it? Gray from
50 Shades of Grey. Yeah.
lives in a Zeppelin. If
Yeah,
you look
he
at the
lives
poster.
in a Zeppelin, yeah.
Because he's got the Seattle skyline at his feet.
Yeah. Yeah. There are no buildings tall enough in Seattle where you can see that type of skyline.
I don't know of any cities in the world where there's buildings tall enough to see that type of skyline from a building.
Oh, there absolutely is.
Yeah, maybe.
In Beijing.
Most of them are in the middle of the city, though. That's
That's kind of the problem. Is like you could ostensibly see that type of skyline from the top of the Columbia Tower.
Yeah, but you're in the middle.
But you're in the middle of it. But where Beijing, you absolutely could.
True.
UAE,
Yeah.
you absolutely could.
Hong
Kong, Saudi Arabia, like all of those
Taipei.
places. Possibly, yeah.
Taipei's like had the tallest building in the world for a while.
Yeah, now the tallest one I think is in Bahrain.
Yeah. But yeah.
I could be wrong on that, but it's somewhere in there's one in the Middle East.
But the
that's
point
not
is, the
tallest.
Seattle view is not. It's a Zeppelin.
Not possible. Yeah, not possible. What was it? I don't know. I fucking keep like my brain is
A little scattered.
a little scattered today. I'm
So you're going cowboy shopping today?
I'm going cowboy shopping today. I am. We're trying to. I also have a week to get together everything that you guys could possibly do in D&D next week. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything we could possibly do.
Yeah. Yes. Well, story-wise, everything you could possibly do.
I'm gonna take this entire thing off the rails.
I mean, you could try.
We're stealing a cart and heading for Neverwinter.
I have a contingency for something like that. Maybe not prepared right away, but you have to remember you came from Neverwinter.
I know.
That's where you started. Like,
But it's. I'm just thinking direction you're not expecting us to take the storyline.
oh, I honestly I could work with that.
I'm
That's
letting
not a big-
Tom go full murder hobo.
You know what? You think he's going to be a murder hobo? He just got the kill. It's just that he got the kills in the last session.
No, I'm going more back to our first encounter.
Oh,
Where we encounter the NPC and he's like, kill him.
where we stopped him from killing teenagers.
That was the second encounter. Or that was the second round.
Oh yeah,
First round, he was ready to kill the NPC we needed.
yeah. I am a little bit worried about you guys killing the NPCs that you need. I think that's more chalking it up to the fact that you're all newbies to some extent.
Yeah. We've taken people alive.
Yeah, you absolutely have.
We've tortured them also for information.
You shot an acid arrow up one's asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hung another guy upside down by his knees.
You know, if there are some people that aren't bad guys that you need to talk to, that you might encounter in a battle scenario.
Fair.
The
goblin.
You guys did let the goblin go.
And we didn't torture him.
You didn't torture him either. That's true.
We even gave him some chocolate.
You could have had him join your party.
Yeah, he annoyed me.
Was it his stutter?
Yes.
Everyone else thought it was great.
Yeah.
Which, admittedly, that was because I stuttered, and I was just like, I'm going to run with this affectation.
So the reason I wanted him to run up and be free because more or less I didn't want to risk his life.
Oh, that's fair. No, he would have joined the party.
I think we also left a guy trapped in a 20-foot hole.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
No, you let him go.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Yeah. You took him out and told him.
I made him run naked. In the
Made him
opposite
run
direction.
naked on the opposite direction.
Yeah, that was right.
But there is, I want to say, up to 10 possible ways you could go.
Okay.
Up to. It's yeah, and all of these, there's a couple. There's there's one main storyline that you guys could go directly down, and you would miss stuff on the side. And then there's a bunch of other stuff on the side that you could possibly go to. And the thing is normally for the last couple sessions, I've had 3 weeks to a month between them.
Yeah, the scheduling worked out a lot quicker this time.
The scheduling worked out a lot quicker this time. And so by the time I started preparing, normally, okay, so it's usually that I have a month to 5 weeks, I think is what it is, 4 to 5 weeks difference. And I
like
start
3.
playing, and I start planning with about 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
This one is 3 weeks, and I realized that after the first week had passed, and I went, "Oh fuck!"
Like that's the other thing is like, it all seems like if you're planning like 10 possibilities, there's stuff you're planning for now that may not come out until future sessions. Which
Absolutely. So here's the thing.
Of course, this is the condensed one.
The last two sessions.
Yep.
I'd planned for after the first session. Because there was a distinct possibility that where you guys went through in the last session,
We were doing them.
you could have done previously.
Yeah.
I was prepared for it.
And we basically did a shopping session.
And yeah, you basically had a shopping day.
Shopping and chatting
Yeah.
with people.
Yep. And that's okay. You have those.
Yeah.
But going into this next session, you don't have a direct line of point A to point B. Like basically everything that you've done up until the end of this last session, you've been on a direct line to complete.
Yeah.
Like even with your little asides, you would have ended up where you were in the last session, no matter what.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
We were kind of on a guided.
You were on a guided path.
And now
You were on a guided path where you picked up side quests that you will complete after that mission.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like where, when you're like on a guided path and you run by a bunch of people and you're like, oh, I can't do that one yet. But
Well, there's a lot of games where you kind of hit the tutorial.
yeah.
And then when that first step of the tutorial, after that, you have basically the intro to the big story.
Yes. And you're loaded with a bunch of side quests.
Yeah.
And then when after you're loaded with a bunch of side quests, there's some that might take you longer to complete.
Yep. Or you may not be able to complete.
May not be able to complete. But you still have to get to the next story beat before you can go complete those.
Yeah.
And that's literally what you guys did. No matter what you guys did, you were going to end up in that dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
Regardless. It's just you guys took a little bit longer to get there than I had originally planned, which is totally fine.
Which you did mention we talked to one character you were not expecting us to talk to at all. And
Yeah. I had to make up a character on the spot.
Yeah.
There's one character I just had to completely make up, which I fully admit that I cribbed a character from Critical
Oh, you
Role
admitted
for.
it too. So there was one you had to make up.
Yeah.
And there was one of the characters related to a side quest you weren't expecting us to go to yet, the orchard.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to go do like a lot of fun. God damn it. I had to go find it.
Yep.
I wasn't prepared for it. You were asking questions that I hadn't read the answer to yet. Mm-hmm. But like ostensibly that character would have known.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So like I had to go do a little bit of reading real quick. And you were asking them so fast I was just like, you need to slow down for a half second so I can actually read this. Before I get to, so because some of the times like the information that it gives me is like the character knows this, the character knows and will say this if this question is asked, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I have to read it to figure out like what I can actually tell you based on the questions that you've asked, or like if you had to roll for something, like what the DC is set at, because that's the thing about these. I mean, a lot of this stuff, I make up the DC on the spot.
Yeah.
Based on what I think it should be. How difficult I think it should be. There was one that I set the DC at like 22, and you got like a 24, and I was like, God damn it.
That was one of the fuck.
Yeah.
There's been in each of our crawls so far, there's been at least one point where Curtis just goes, I roll, and Curtis just goes, fuck.
Yeah. I don't want to give you that. Well, it's a mix of things. Like You guys fought the Nothic this last time, and thankfully you were pretty strong by the time you got to it because the way that you'd gone through the everything so far. And by the time you guys, so had you guys like fought him a little bit earlier, it would have made the rest of the crawl harder. Because you guys would have had significant damage to him. But because you knew about him too, that was the other thing. Is like before if you didn't know about him,
we probably just would have barged in that room.
you probably would have barged into that room and you probably would have got pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
The fact that you knew about him and were actively looking for him was also in your favor.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think more than the Nothic, it would have been if we'd hit the Nothic earlier. It wouldn't have necessarily been there was a harder fight. We would have been more inclined to use our larger spells earlier.
Yep.
And there's spots that those would have been
come in handy later.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. That's entirely the point of it.
Yeah.
If you had fought him, you could have talked to him too.
True.
Which you tried to do on this one. It's just that our poor barbarian rolled real poorly. He was the one who got noticed.
Yeah.
So everyone else rolled real well on stealth. He did not.
Which is the point because I think my character has the highest charisma of anyone in the group. Or I might be tied with another one.
I think you're tied.
Yeah.
I think you and our druid are tied.
All right. It's not Tom.
No, it's not. It's not the wizard. The wizard with a -1 to his charisma. Yeah, which is even funnier knowing his backstory. Like it for me anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But which I'm not going to disseminate to you because you don't get to know. But it's no, there's like, but what was I going to say? Oh, you guys going through that part. Yeah, there was always a chance that one of you would have died in that thing.
Yeah.
If you guys had not been as careful and diligent as you were.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty impressed with.
Well, I know. I mean, at one point, I think it was the barbarian got a hit that was more than half of the wizard's like points.
Yeah, it was. He got hit by the Nothic's decaying gaze.
Yeah.
Or I think it's called.
And if that had hit our wizard, it would have seriously fucked him up.
Yeah, it would have almost killed him.
Yeah.
And there's a possible encounter for you guys to go to in the next couple sessions. Where if one hits Tom, he's dead.
Like dead or dead?
Dead. Like dead.
Damn. Which means if anyone else gets hit, they're dead.
Yes. If anybody else gets hit, there's death saving throws.
Yeah.
For him,
Vaporized.
Insta death. And like, it's a possibility. It depends on how mean I want to be as a DM. But he did learn too. He's like, I'm real squishy, man. I gotta take a step. I gotta be back towards the middle, kind of thing.
He's learned to be in the middle of the group. He's learning not to just fly above the group.
Yeah, like having flight has advantages.
Yeah,
it also comes with disadvantages.
Yeah.
Like being out there in the open for things with ranged attacks.
Mm-hmm.
But God help him if he ever gets flight plus haste.
Oh, wow.
So it's not as fast as a rogue would be. Mm-hmm. So a rogue so I believe his flight speed is 40. So with haste, his flight speed's doubled, so it's 80.
Okay.
So it's still fast. A rogue who has so if he uses his and if he uses his if he uses his action to dash on top of it, he gets his movement again. So that's 160 feet in a movement. Yeah. So it's 160 feet in 10 seconds.
So he would need to. He could really run away.
Yeah. So that's if he's hasted, or expeditious retreat is also a good one. Yeah. But rogues can bonus action dash and then action dash. And so if you have a character who has, say, we'll use the same measurement, 40 feet of flight, right? Yep. Hasted brings that to 80. Bonus action dash to 160. and then action dash to 240 feet.
I was just thinking. I think there's an infusion I can make later that adds to their
movement.
to movement of who is wearing it.
Yeah.
So we might be able to hit 300 with them.
I believe at one point Liam on Critical Role with Vax, because Vax had wings that lasted for I think 10 minutes, and he could use them like once a day or something or I think it might have been an hour, like once a day.
Yeah.
But with his wings, his flight speed was like 60 or 80 or something like that.
In perspective,
He was a rogue, and he had boots of haste, which gave you the benefit of haste without the bleh at the end.
which I think that's what I can make later.
Yes, boots of haste. And he was at one point he broke 400 feet.
That's a football in a third in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
A football field in a third in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was basically a bullet.
Yeah.
Like it was, yeah. They were like, he used it to dive off a cliff and save somebody. Like somebody who was falling off the side of a cliff, he was able to catch them.
Damn.
Yeah,
Because he could basically dive bomb.
yeah. He could dive bomb, and Matt made him roll a check to see if he pulled up in time
Yeah.
and didn't hit the bottom,
And succeeded.
and he succeeded. But just like, holy fuck, man, that's
Yeah.
fucking fast. And like, it was funny watching him do the math. And like, Liam's like, I can go this fast, and Matt's like, fuck, I should have never given you those boots. But like, as a DM, like you're both disappointed and proud when things
Like
happen.
seeing what the fuck they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's some things that you guys did that I was just like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that. That was a good fucking idea.
Yeah.
And then there are something and where it's like, and you guys took care of the Nothic real quick,
Yeah.
but I wanted to terrorize you a little bit more, but the dice rolls were in your favor, and so
For fighting, not for talking.
yeah. I was like, especially when I was gonna do at least one more. It was literally his turn next. And I was going to do at least one more decaying gaze on like someone. And it's like he had 8 hit points left. And Tom was like, I'll just use my Ray of Frost cantrip. It's like, it's a D8 of damage. There's no way he'll roll 8. Roll a fucking 8. I was like, God damn it. It is. I mean, like I said, I am so like proud at the way you guys handled that entire battle, but at the same time I am really annoyed that I didn't get to fuck with you more.
We are through 3 sessions now,
Yeah.
and no one has had to use a death saving roll yet.
Yeah. I just got through I think it's 8th session with my group.
Yeah.
Maybe more. But this last session was the first time I've seen the death saving throw screen.
For you or for anyone?
For me.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is no one in our group has had to use it or...
Yeah. Yeah, no, it took me until level 6
Yeah.
to use it. Which you guys are, like I said, you guys are level 3 now. I told you I powered you up a little bit fast.
Yeah.
It's because you were learning, and I wanted you to get to a point where all of you had things unlocked to move forward.
Yeah, because then we like unlock our specialties and whatnots. And
yeah, some people get it at level 2. Like warlocks get it at what is it? I think warlocks get it at level 1.
Warlock, because you pick your
patron.
Your patron.
No, warlocks get it at level 3. They get their type of.
They get their patron level 1. They get a second one at level. They get a second type of thing at level 3.
Yeah, and sorcerers. That's what it is. Sorcerers get it at level 1.
Okay,
because it's sorcerer's origin.
that's right.
But wizards is level 2. Druids is level 2. Yours was level 3. Artificer's level 3.
Yep.
Rogue is level 3. Barbarian's level 3. And so I kind of wanted to get everyone to.
Druid's level 3.
No, Druid's level 2.
They're 2. Cleric.
I believe cleric is level 3.
Okay.
Yeah. You know who your god is, but
Yeah. You don't know your path or your
you know what? Clerics might be level 1. It's just that you don't get certain things until you get to a certain level. Basically, some characters a little bit more powerful earlier to offset certain things. Like wizards and druids get a little bit earlier so that they can be useful.
Yeah.
Whereas like a barbarian or an artificer or a rogue, they wait a little bit longer because like that shit at level 2 is super OP. It doesn't
Yeah.
So where bonuses come into play is made to keep everyone kind of on equal footing for their individual
even a little
classes.
give and take as who's best at what levels.
Yeah,
but.
exactly. But that leads to. But I wanted to get everyone to level 3 so that you could do these things.
I mean, I'm playing a UA character. It's probably best I'm playing 2nd edition of it, not the 1st edition. Having looked at some of the old stats.
For the artificer?
Yeah,
absolutely. You misread one of your stats, and I was like, no, absolutely not. And I was talking about that with the Wizards folks, and they're just like, I was like, yeah, he misread it, and that's what it was. And all of them went, oh, no.
Yeah.
But they, because it would have been stupid if you'd been able to do that.
Yeah. There's still ways I can play that sequence
There's
to my advantage.
still things that you could possibly do.
Yeah.
But that was just like, it would have been stupidly powerful.
Yep.
But anyway, all this to say that so you guys are now up to level.
Yeah.
Like,
So we should have more challenges as we go ahead.
yes, exactly. You will have more challenging encounters moving forward. This last encounter that I had to deal with in my own game, like, we almost died instantly and were able to, like, come back from it.
Yeah.
It was like, that's why I passed out twice. I went down twice. Just because I was doing the best I fucking could. Is just the roll of the dice, like, fucked me.
Yeah. I realize the group really has kind of developed their own little walking order.
Yeah.
It's either the Artificer or the Barbarian first.
Yep.
Mainly because Artificer has really good perception.
Yeah.
And then after that is the Wizard.
Yep.
And then the Druid.
Yep.
And the Rogue. Usually off sneaking.
Yeah. And if she's in walking order, she's usually 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you guys are starting to get it.
Yeah.
You're starting to fall into a pattern. And like I said, I've been really impressed with some of the stuff that, like, Tom has done as a wizard, where he has paid attention to his spell components.
Yeah.
And he's actually thinking things through, and, like,
His pocket butter.
yeah, his pocket butter.
Because for grease, he needs either butter or...
Butter or pork rind.
Yeah.
Yep.
So rather than carrying a pork rind with him, or a container of grease, or a container of butter...
Every time he's at an inn, he just grabs a hunk of butter and
shoves it in his pocket.
shoves it in his pocket. Not in a baggie or anything like that.
Just in the pocket.
Just butter in his pocket.
Yep.
But
The last innkeeper noticed and just looked at him weird.
yeah, fucking bird people.
It's the fact that it is the fact he's such a kind of a out there race that it does.
Yeah, that's a big part of why the innkeeper is just kind of like, whatever. Because if it was like you that had done it, he'd be like, "What are you doing, man?" But, like, it's a bird person.
Yeah.
He's just like, "I'm not even gonna try." Must be something that I don't know.
It's a bird person with low charisma on top of it.
Yeah. But no, he's paying attention to that stuff. He's like, you're getting into describing the way your artificer is doing things.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. Our druid needs to read her sheet a little bit,
Yeah.
because I even asked her on this last one. I was like, okay, it's for you, because under her circle, wild shaping is a bonus action, and then she can use an action to attack after wild shaping in the same turn. Like,
She thought it was an action.
she thought it was an action and an action, and I was like, okay, well, you do you. It's not my job to read their sheets for them.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's not my job to read your sheet. If it's something where, let's put it this way, if it's something where you forget to do something and it's not going and it will not help you, or if you forget to do something that would help you, I'm probably not going to say anything. If you do something that clearly you are not able to do,
Yeah.
I will say something.
That makes sense.
If you forget something, it's not my fault. If you try and break the game, I'm not going to let you do it.
Okay.
That's kind of the. Basically, I'm not here to help all the time.
I see. I like knowing my sheet because then I know where I can push the game.
Yeah. She just misread hers.
Yeah.
That's all it was. And then we found it like a turn later. And she's like, God damn it. I was like, that's what I thought it was. That's literally why I asked.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're getting. It'll be interesting because you guys are going to be at level 3 for a while.
And our rogue has been practicing her mantras.
Yeah.
Bonus action hide.
Bonus action hide. Bonus action dash.
Yeah.
Bonus action disengage.
Yep.
Yeah. She hasn't had to disengage yet, but she has used bonus action hide
Yeah.
and got sneak attack on the next turn. And worked real well for her.
Yeah.
But
We've had battles where she's just hung out behind a crate and popped up and shot people.
yeah. I did enjoy in this one when she missed on, tried to come up and attack the skeleton and missed on both attacks.
Yeah.
Being able to describe it as, you stabbed where body should be.
Yep.
Instead, you get air.
You went for gut shot.
Yeah. Instead, you got the open air between ribs.
Yeah.
She's just like, oh, God.
Oh, I pictured the open space between the ribs and the hips.
Yeah, just right there. Yeah. I also enjoyed the description of the acid arrow being shot up the butt. I was pretty pleased with my description of it.
Yeah.
Which was, if I remember correctly, it was I described it as taking anal from a chili pepper, but not a normal one that had been sliced on the edges so that the oils are starting to come out.
Well, then what I love is he later followed that up with shooting the Nothic where the butt should be.
Yeah, where the butt should be. He's like, "Can I shoot it up the butt?" And I think I had him roll a perception check. And then he didn't do well. And I was like, well, you shoot it where you think a butt should be. You don't know. You're a bird person. You have a cloaca.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no. We have a week. I have a week.
You got a week.
I've gotten some things done. I have more things that I need to get done.
Yep.
So, we'll be there. I'll be ready. No, I won't be. You're never ready. But I will be ready enough.
We will find ways that you're not ready.
Yeah, I will be ready enough. And also, that being said, we're out of time.
Are we?
Yeah, we're out of time. So it seems like everything worked. I'll double check at the
Yeah.
end.
I'm just curious. Was there any
Nah, not today.
chat on the other 2 channel?
Oh, I don't know. I'll look later.
Okay.
I'll find out later. I'm not gonna figure that
Worry
out
about it
right
right
now. No.
All right.
So we'll be back next week. Hopefully, having seen Terminator, maybe having seen Jojo Rabbit. But other than that, that's it for this week.
It is.
Yep.
All right.
Bye,
Bye, kids.
Jinx, you owe me some Coke.